Alright guys, so we got a restring today. I think you guys all know what it is already. It's the Jackson King V. And this thing really needs some new strings on it. These strings are black and they are covered in dirt. And so we're going to put this thing up on the bench and let's get started. We're going to restring this thing today. Alright, so let's just test on the electronics here. It's got EMG HZ pickups in it. So I believe those are the passive EMG pickups that don't need a battery. Has it got a battery box back here? No, it doesn't. But just to double check, let me pull this back plate off of here. And let's take a look at the electronics underneath here. And I've got the little suction cup. Boom. Yeah, there's no battery in there, just a lot of wiring. Take some electronic cleaner and hit these pots. Boy, there's a lot of wire right there. And then from the top, we'll hit the three-way switch. Because, you know, I clean these up so that they can be resold. And if somebody is testing a guitar after I put it out in the showroom and the electronics are scratchy and stuff, most of the time they hang the guitar back on the wall and they're not interested in it. So you gotta spray those electronics out and make sure that they're all working really good. You don't want any scratchiness in your three-way switch or anything, but honestly, this stuff is super easy. It works good. I buy this at AutoZone, O'Reilly's, 12 bucks a can or something like that. All right, let's go ahead, and I think we're okay to pull the strings off of this thing. This one is really stuck in there. Okay, so I got the strings off of it. So now I'm going to use some of this Guitar Juice Tonic. And I'm just going to clean the body really good. I'm going to just spray this stuff pretty much everywhere. And Guitar Juice Tonic. A couple of nice guys out of Wisconsin that makes that stuff. And I do have some of it available here at the store. And it works really good for cleaning, getting the top layer of dust and dirt off of these. And it's safe for all finishes. It's going to help this Jackson to come back to life. Okay, so this thing is in pretty good condition overall. Other than the little tips on the horns down here, it's in good shape. So I'm going to clean on the frets a little bit. Let's polish on the frets. Alright, so for the frets, I take my fingerboard guard. And then I have a little tiny bit of some 1000 grit sandpaper that I've got folded over. And I just kind of hit these things with a couple of swipes. And overall, these frets, I don't see any fret wear on them. And so this will kind of shine them up real quick And it doesn't really cost me any money to do this. Real quick and easy. And you guys can probably even see the results right there. How quick it is. And then I've got some of this Music Nomad F1 oil. I put a couple of drops on this, of this stuff on the neck. And then I got a sponge over here that I just kind of use as an applicator. Put this stuff on here. And this helps to clean and hydrate the neck. And then I let it kind of soak here for a few minutes. I don't know if it necessarily needs to soak on here. And then a lot of times I will take paper towel or something, and then I just kind of clean it off. Today's string choice. Okay, we've got a pack of Ernie Ball custom gauge 10 through 52s. These are the skinny top, heavy bottom. And I think this will be perfect pack of strings for this guitar. So let's get these things opened up. There we go. Yeah, 10 through 52. Skinny top, heavy bottom, Ernie Ball strings. Just make sure the string is shoved down in there as far as you can get it. And make sure that it's centered over the saddle just perfectly. So there is a good chance, because we have a heavier string on here, that I'll have to tighten the claw in the back. So it's going to be a whole full setup on this thing. They need to be nice and tight, but not over tightened where you'll strip them out. Okay guys, so I've got all the strings on it now, and we can pull this eraser out of there. Okay, and we can take a look at it. We can see that it's already starting to lift up. So I think what I'm going to do, I thought, because it's kind of a heavy metal guitar, I thought I'd put it a half step down. So we'll tune it to E flat. Seems like a good idea on this one. But I got to take this back plate off, and I got to tighten that claw, because we put heavier string gauge on it, so it's going to take some adjusting back here. So let me go ahead and get this back plate off of here. Okay, let's get a nice Phillips screwdriver, and let's snug these babies down a little bit here. They're already pretty tight. This might be a good candidate for a fourth spring on here. There we go. Let's see what happens now. Not too bad, but it's still hanging kind of high. Might have to just deck these. There we go. Sometimes it's got to be done. They're moving really nicely. Sometimes it's hard to get your claw that tight. Okay, let's double check now. Let's take a look at this bridge. So it's still kind of setting up too high. So I think what we need to do here, I think I got to try the old fourth spring. Let's put another string in it. First I'm going to loosen it back up. There we go. One more spring. I'm going to try the old 4-spring thing. Luckily I have a giant box full of springs. Okay, so now sometimes this gets tricky, so I'm going to Let's loosen this back up some. You know, it might have made more sense to put it here on the low side of stuff. Let's see what happens now. It looks, I'm going to loosen it one more time, just a little bit more. And then I think we're going to be really close. Alright guys, so I got my notch straight edge right here. We lay this down here. This is a long scale guitar. You lay it down there, you see how much gap you have underneath here. And so yeah, I can slide that under there. And this is the StewMac 24. So there is some neck relief in here. And so if we want to get this guitar to play better, we have to tighten the truss rod just a little bit. So let's get into that. And of course, after we tighten the truss rod, we'll have to retune it again. But playability is going to be outstanding after we tighten this. I'm going to take my 4mm. Most of the time, that's what your guitar usually is. Let's see now if I can get in here. There we go. That turned it a little. Under full string tension, it's okay. Okay, there we go. Now let's take another look. Now you can see that we've closed that gap. So I think, let me take a good look at this up close. We still got a little bit, but then you also have to make sure, because you're pulling the neck back down this direction, you got to make sure that you're not going too far, because your guitar will buzz right here. I think we can give that another small turn, tighten it just a little bit more, and we can get this neck almost completely flat. There we go. Okay, I like it. I'm going to leave it right there. Alright guys, so I've got the King V all strung up, and again I put the heavy top, skinny bottom Ernie Ball strings. It would be this pack right here. The orange pack is what I threw on these things. And so this is kind of a hard guitar to set down and play, but we'll give it a shot here. Here's the bridge position right here. So it gives you a lot of good room up here for you shredder guys to get up here in the higher frets real quick and easy. Now I haven't gone ahead and locked the strings down yet. I probably could do that. I'll just hand tighten them a little bit. But it seems like it's going to stay in tune really nicely. Overall, I like the guitar a lot. to center position. And then the neck position. Seems like it's staying in tune really well. And so there you guys got it. A little Jackson restring for you guys. I hope you guys all have a great day, and I will see you guys in the next video. Go buy a guitar. This thing looks great in its case, and I did find a whammy bar that works on it. So there we go. I hope it finds a new home.